Okay, this is another super quick video. This one is covering, again, texture baking. This one I thought I'd just do a little bit different, and it's covering the alternate method of doing texture baking where you don't even need to open Krita, which generally I don't do it this way, even though technically it's quicker. If you make a mistake, it can be a pain in the arse, because then you don't have backups or copies of the file saved in a intermediate phase that you can sort of go, oh no, I've made a mistake here, I've baked over something that I need, and then you're like, oh no, now I've lost detail, I have to repaint it, or I have to open up old file. Yeah, anyway, you get what I'm saying, hopefully. The Krita method probably takes longer, but it's, if you do make a mistake or you realise something's not going to work out how you thought it was, it's sort of safer. But to show you this method, these teeth have their own texture. We've got the F4 character, which has this body map, which you can see this texture is the diffuse, the colour map for this F4 skin material. And this is the combined one. You can see it's got the shoes, arms, head, all that, and some giant teeth here. But this is like a completely different mesh setup here. It's not using these UVs. These teeth are a different mesh. I assume you've exported a different style of teeth from Character Creator, so it's got a different mesh structure. This is lower topology, and it's got different UV setup. So instead of me trying to futz around with it like in Krita, I thought, yeah, anyway, bake it together inside Blender and show you that. What you need to do is you need to have two UVs. So this is the UV set that it came with from Character Creator. So that is, oh right, sorry, and also it came as one object. It came as one object. These two teeth together like this, top and bottom jaw. I went in here when it was one object. I selected everything on face mode, and then I print P, separate by loose parts, and it separated it into the two different sub elements, or sub meshes. Anyway, it separated them out into two objects, and they're basically identical. If we look at the texture, we're only gonna have half of this texture, because in my opinion the top row of teeth looks identical to the bottom row of teeth. This has got weird shading on it here. I'm going to ditch these bottom ones, and we're just going to use the top ones. So the quickest way to do that is for this mesh, or for these two objects now, we'll go UV editing, and there you can see I've already done it. Sorry, this was like that, and that's exactly what I just showed you there. W, and you mirror it on the Y, flipping it, and then you press G and you constrain it on the Y, and you move it up so that it overlaps. And then, I mean, you can mess around with making it fit exactly, because I'm pretty sure, I'll place bets that these will line up perfectly, and they're symmetrical, or almost identically symmetrical, so it will look, the texture will look fine. There you go. So yeah, that happens there. But this is all in the buffer space of the texture. This is on the outer edges of the gums. This is never going to be seen. It doesn't matter. The important part is the middle strip. So we're just going to sod that off, right, to save time on this video, and check which UV are we working on. We're working on channel 0, not the, oh crap, I'm working on the wrong one. Right, so let's concentrate. What am I doing? I'm grabbing the first object, the bottom row of teeth, and it has two UVs to it, teeth and UV map. Teeth is the one for the original teeth texture. See, that matches up with that. That's how it comes applied. And then UV map is bam, that's lined up there to where I want it on the F4 skin color one. I want it to override that tooth bit there, which is good. Then we go into the shading one, and let me just check. Yep, it's the bottom set. So back here on shading, I'm going to grab this object. It's the only one we need. Turn that off as well. And then, yeah, hook up in here, Shift A from the input thing. You want to insert the UV map reference, and you want to choose teeth. Drag that into the teeth texture, and that goes into the shader, and that's what's being displayed to the output here. But on this one, I'm going to change this UV map thing to say UV map, which is the shared global one. I could have named that something better, but UV map's the default name, and so that's when we're all done, that's the only one I'm going to have left. That's the one I'm saving to. I like keeping that as it is, and then have this selected as it's the target texture that we bake to. Then we go over here, bake, and if there's an error, it will be because we've got two objects, two sets of teeth, and this one might have to have UV set up as well, but we'll see, because it might interfere with the bake. I don't know if it will though. Let's try and find out. So that's all I want. The teeth are baked on there, and that looks pretty good. But this has still got the old texture on it. So I'm going to remove that. I'm going to go F4 skin, and then I need to remove the teeth UV map. Bam. So now it's using the shared UV map. It knows I want that there, and that's on the correct material and texture and everything. Baked pretty quick, and I didn't have to open Krita. So that's that. That was supposed to be like a minute-long tutorial, but that's probably taken me an hour, and so sorry if you're dying of boredom, but that's how you do the bake without opening Krita. And you also got to make sure you go image, save. See, I almost did it anyway. Cheers.